A good Erev Shabbos, everyone. As you know, we're not going to be in shul together this Shabbos, so I want to take this opportunity, number one, to wish everybody a good Shabbos, to give a prayer together, each and every one of you, that those that have contracted this horrible disease should have a refuah shalema, a speedy recovery, and God should protect the rest of us that we shouldn't get sick to begin with. As we know, this week's Sedra is a double Sedra, Parshas Vaykahel Pekuhdei. In addition to that, being that they are the last Sedras of the book of Shemos, is Shabbos Chazak. And in addition to that, there's a second Sefer Torah that is taken out this week, where we read from the book of Shemos, Parshas Boy, which talks about HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem Rosh Chodashim. It's called Parshas HaChodesh, which talks about the establishment of the Jewish calendar and the laws of Pesach. Torah is the Torah of Or. Torah is a Torah of light, meaning to say that whatever happens in our personal lives, whatever happens in the world, it gives us the ability to understand them and to see them in a positive light. So I'd like to share a few words with you, as it relates to this week's Seder. Parshas Vaykahel, as its name is, means the Shabbos of gathering. I'm sure you recognize the word Kehillah, which means a congregation. At the same time, Parshas Pekuhdei means the Shabbos of counting, the Shabbos of itemizing, referring to each individual, not the entire sum. Apparently, these two ideas seem to conflict each other. Where does the individual begin and end? And likewise, where does society begin and end? We want to know about our rights. We want to know about obligations. Do I matter? Should I vote? Etc., etc. What Torah is telling us is there's a balance, and there's this phenomenal achdus, this unity, where the individual and society can both coexist in their fullness. I'll give you an example. We know that a kosher Sefer Torah has to have all of its letters. And if it's missing any of its letters, the Torah is not kosher. Again, the implication in our case is that really what every individual is here for is simply a part of the whole. In other words, what can I do for society? That's what counts. But there's another aspect of a kosher Sefer Torah, and that is not only that all the letters are present, but that every letter has to stand distinct and surrounded by parchment, which means you can't have two letters that are stuck together. That is not a kosher Sefer Torah. Because it's not only about the individual serving the greater, the Kehillah, but it's the significance of each and every individual as they stand for themselves. Apparently, you might think that's contradictory. What and who is the individual? To give you another example, there's a virus. We'll call it the coronavirus. What are we told? We're told that they have social distancing. The social is Vaykahel. It's the community, people being together. On the other hand, we have to have distancing. We have to go ahead and keep away from each other. We have to be itemized. We have to be individuals. Both of these are true statements in the positive. In other words, as individuals, we are very powerful. All of this upheaval has started with one individual. On the other hand, we need to be careful because the power of society, the power of the entire world affects us as individuals. To give you this different aspect, one can ask, it's such a big world out there. Why do I make a difference? I'm just a speck of dust in the universe, in the galaxies. We understand now that's not so. The Rambam Maimonides writes that we should all, as individuals, look at ourselves, that the entire world, like a balance, is good merits here, not good merits here. And with our one good act, we can tip the entire world. I never understood that. What do you mean with one act we can go ahead and affect the entire world? I get it now. The only thing is we tend to always see these things in the aspect of negativity. We have to understand that Torah is a Torah of R. Torah illuminates. It helps us understand that don't look at this in a negative way. We have to look and understand the power of Pekuhdei, the power in each and every one of us. At the same time, we have to realize that the power of society. We cannot go ahead and overwhelm the system. Because when we overwhelm the system, it's going to go ahead and it's going to affect each and every one of us. As I said, it's Pashas Chazak. Chazak means to be courageous. It means to strengthen. And that's what we all need. We can't be in panic. We have emunah bitachon that it's all going to work out. The end is not coming. And hence, we cannot panic. Of course, we have concerns. And of course, we have fears. But there's a difference between concerns and fear than there is in regards to panic. We have to have the chizuk that we give each other, that our emunah bitachon, that we believe in a good God, and we shouldn't freak out. What's part of that panic is that in our lives, this has never happened before. It's called HaChodesh. It's called a Dover Chadash. This is something that's new. We never experienced it before. But let's understand what happened over here in the expressions Keheda for Ayin. It happened in the blink of an eye. The whole world has come to its knees in a blink of an eye. As they say, a new world order. We're trying to figure out what's going on over here. We always understand and hear these ideas of Mashiach, and Mashiach can come keheda for ayin. He can come with a blink of an eye. I now understand. Things can happen so swiftly. Not in a sequential way, not step by step, but literally, in the blink of an eye. We can have chadash, we can have goodness, we can have geula, we can have redemption. So there is much to learn, and I'm not talking about simply from the economic or from the medical point of view, the health point of view. I'm talking from a spiritual point of view. This has to open up our eyes, not in a manner of panic and fear, but in the way of chazak, in the way of strength and positivity. Because as we're told, greater is the positive than the negative. So I want to wish each and every one of you again a good Shabbos. And we should make sure that we continue to focus on the good, on the bright, not on the darkness. And that the messages that we have to take from what's going on over here, in addition to all the practicality of social distancing, etc., etc., we have to realize what the power of each and every one of us is. We can turn over the world. We can change the world. You don't think so? Well, look what's going on. So once again, good Shabbos, everybody. And in Mitzvah Hashem, we will shortly not only join together as one Kehillah, but with the coming of Mashiach, the entire Jewish people will come together as a Kehillah. Meher v'yameinu, amen. Again, good Shabbos.